chapters, and we tell you how to develop the first Rupa Vaitara jhana. So when we attain the first jhana, we say all the 5 jhana factors become fully developed, and they can focus the mind on the sense object for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and up to 7 hours if you can practice very well. Now, after attaining the first jhana, you have to practice to be very skillful in developing that jhana. Then, if you wish, you can go up to the second jhana. So when we go up to the second jhana, we have to eliminate the vitaka. So vitaka is initial obligation, applying the mind to the sense object. So we focus on that, expand that tongue sign again, and we reflect on it as the part-2 or at as before, but this time we don't allow vitaka to arise. So we just fix our mind on that counter sign. We are not applying it again. So when we can focus up to 1 hour, 2 hours, etc., then we say we attain the second jhana. So the second jhana is more developed, and then it does not have vitaka, it has only the remaining 4 jhana factors. And these 4 jhana factors will be more developed in the second jhana than in the first jhana. The name Piti Sukha. No, we are here. So don't change it. I got confused. So when you eliminate vitaka, we get the remaining 4 jhana factors, and Piti Sukha being more developed. Second jhana is more blissful, more joyful, and Ekagata is stronger. So that means the mind is more well established, it's stronger in concentration also. In the same way, after we become skillful with the second jhana, we eliminate vichara to develop the third jhana. And then we eliminate piti to go to the 4th jhana. And in this 4th jhana, sukha, bliss, is the highest. So we say it is the highest mundane bliss. If you want to enjoy the highest mundane bliss, so you should develop that 4th Rupa Vaitara jhana. Then we eliminate the sukha again. So when we eliminate it, instead of sukha, upeka will arise. So both sukha and upeka, they are feeling, vedana. They are represented by the same mental factor, feeling. So we have in the 5th jhana only upeka, ekagata. So it is the 5th jhana, so it is the strongest. And actually when the Buddha, when he undertakes vipassana meditation, he used that 5th jhana concentration as the basis of vipassana meditation. And we also find it to be the best in undertaking vipassana. So now we have their names, the names of these 5 Rupa Vaitara Kusala chapters on page 50. So now you can look at page 50. So we give you the symbol in the box. So it is more clearly represented in the book. So the first 4, as they contain sukha. Sukha is pleasant feeling, both in mind and in body, the sukha. So it is similar to somanasa, pleasant mental feeling. So we give them the positive sign. In the 5th jhana, you have upeka, ekagata, so we give it the negative sign. These 5 jhana chapters, they differ from each other only in the number of jhana factors. So in their names, we have to mention the jhana factors. So in number 1, we give the name vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. So Sukha Ekagata. A and E, two vowels get together. So we can eliminate one. That is, A is eliminated. So it is mentioned by the apostrophe there. So we call it Sukhe Ekagata. Or you can read as Sukha Ekagata, you can write. Or you can write just like we say here, Sukhe Ekagata Sahitam. Sahitam means together with these 5 jhana factors. Patamach jhana kusala chitam. So in Pali, first, second, third, fourth, fifth is called Patamach, Dutaya, Tataya, Chatutha, and Panchama. So it is called like that. So it is called Patamach jhana kusala chitam. So if you look at the meaning below, so we say it is first jhana, moral consciousness. Kusala chitta is moral consciousness. Together with initial application, vitaka, sustained application, vichara, joy, piti, and bliss, sukha, and one pointedness, ekagata. Now if you get the name of the first one, then the rest will be easy. When we go to number 2, we eliminate vitaka. So how do we call the name? Vichara, piti, sukhi, ekagata, sahitam, dutya jhana, kusala chitam. Second jhana, moral consciousness, together with sustained application, joy, bliss, and one-pointedness. Number 3, we eliminate vichara. So we have only 3 jhana factors. Piti, sukhi, ekagata, sahitam, tatyach jhana, kusala chitam. Number 4, we eliminate piti again. Sukhi ekagata sahitam, chatutach jhana, kusala chitam. Number 5, we eliminate sukha and we put in upikha. So upikha ekagata sahitam, panchamach jhana, kusala chitam. So if you can read the first, it is first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, all these are the 5 rupa vajra, kusala chitta. Now when we go to 5 rupa vajra, vipaka chitta, vipaka is the result, the result of the rupa vajra kusala karma. So when you develop this jhana chitta arise by many billion, and they will leave behind their karma properties in the mental state. So that this karma, they will use this 5 rupa vajra kusala vipaka chitta. And we can understand the first, the jhana, moral consciousness, its karma will produce this first jhana, resultant consciousness. The word it will produce. Now these 5 jhanas are named in the same way. So we just change the word kusala into vipaka. Now shall we try to recite the names of these 5? So we can look here. So for this one, vitaka, vichara, piti, sukhi, ekagata, sahitam, patamach jhana, vipaka chitta. The next one. Vichara, piti, sukhi, sukha, ekagata, sahitam, dutya jhana, vipaka chitta. The third one. Piti, sukha, ekagata, sahitam, tatyach jhana, vipaka chitta. The fourth one. Sukha, ekagata, sahitam, panchamach jhana, vipaka chitta. The fifth one. Upekha, ekagata, sahitam, panchamach jhana, vipaka chitta. So the 5 kriya chitta are named in the same way. We just change the kusala into kriya. So the first one would be vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, sahitam, patamach jhana, kriya chitta. So now you get the names. You get all the names. So when the arahats they meditate on that akasina, or even with the in-breath and out-breath, they can develop this 5 jhana. So in our hearts, instead of moral consciousness, we say the kriya, functional consciousness, arises in them. So these kusala jhana and kriya jhana, they can arise in the sense sphere also, because we can develop them here. And this the rupa vajra vipaka chitta arise only in rupa brahma, in rupa brahma, because they function as a rebirth consciousness, and then life continuum, and finally as death consciousness of rupa brahma. As we said yesterday, for celestial beings and human beings, these 8 mahavipaka chitta function as our rebirth consciousness, life continuum, and then finally as death consciousness. Now, one thing we should know is, if you can develop this jhana, your mind becomes pure and it radiates very bright penetrative light. So with closed eyes, you can see everything in front of you, just like with open eyes. And you also possess extrasensory perception. That means you can see all over Singapore. You can see all over Singapore. Where is a traffic jam? Where is raining? So you can see everything. So very, very wonderful actually. And that means it can penetrate through the walls. Through the walls, so you can see all over the Singapore there. So you can also look at your body penetratively, to see your body parts, layer by layer. You can see the skin, and then the flesh, and then the veins and arteries, and then the bones, bone marrow, and then the liver, the heart, the lungs, every part you can look. Not only in your body, you can also look all these 32 parts in other people's bodies. So your eyes become, your mind eye becomes very, very dangerous in other ways. So you can see your body parts better than ultrasound. So if the doctors, they can develop this jhana, they don't need ultrasound anymore. It is more powerful than ultrasound actually. And when it is very powerful like this, it can see our mind. So with this jhana chitta, so at that time as we are closing our eyes, we are not looking with our naked eye anymore. We are looking with the mind eye. We are looking with the mind eye. So you can see, you can see the body parts, and then you can analyze these body parts into their final components we call ultimate materiality. And you can also see the consciousnesses. So the consciousness we tell you yesterday. So when a visible object strikes the eye, a series of consciousness arise and dissolve to know the sense object. So we begin with pancha dwara vachana, 5-door adverting consciousness or directing consciousness. So if any sense object appears in one of the 5 sense doors, it is always pancha dwara vachana chitta to take notice of the sense object. We say it confronts the sense object. So automatically it will do it. So it will be on this 5, whenever the sense object appears, it will take notice of that. So when the sense object appears at the same time, then it will take one after another, one after another. And as we say, the chitta can arise very, very rapidly, at the rate of more than 1,000 billion, even in one snap of the hand. And one cognitive series consists of 17 consciousness. You divide 1,000 billion with 17, we get 58 billion. So even in one snap, the cognitive series can arise 58 billions. So that means if it takes one after another, it's almost automatic. So we say, we think, we see and we hear at the same time. No? But when you are saying, only the idle cognitive consciousness arises. So Panja Dwara Vajana will confront the sense object, and then followed by Chakru Vinyana, eye consciousness, it sees the object, and followed by Samadechana, it receives the sense object, and then Santirana investigates it, and then Manodwara Vachana, mind door, directing consciousness, it performs two functions. So now it performs determination whether the sense object is good or bad. Then according to this decision, then we say seven jhana, impulsive consciousness arises, enjoying the taste of the sense object. And we know and enjoy the taste of the sense object only when these seven impulsive consciousness arise and dissolve. And when the sense object is very, very strong in intensity, so two the dharana, registering or consciousness follow. So there is a complete one cognitive series, you see. Then the Panja Dvaravajana will take another sense object again. So it will take, so it's very first it's going. So it will take say it takes the sound in your ear. Then we get the same type of consciousness, Panja Dvaravajana. And then instead of eye consciousness, you will have ear consciousness. And the same line, the receiving consciousness, and then the investigating consciousness, determining consciousness, and the enjoying consciousness. These we call, they arise by the law of consciousness. They will arise one after another in this order very quickly. Very quickly. So it does not involve any of our intention. They are doing the automatically all these things. And sometimes when you are absorbed in one thing, for example, your son is very, very ill. So you are rushing to the doctor, to call the doctor. So at that time, your mind is absorbed to get the doctor. So while you are driving, then you don't know. Even your friends pass by, you don't see them. Because Pancha Dvaravajana will not take notice of that. They will be taking notice because of your concentration. And also we say in meditation, when we focus our attention on that, the obvious. So it takes only this obvious. So only this, the Pancha Dvaravajana is taking this again and again. So we should understand like that. And in the case of Manodvaravajana, when like a thought object appears in the mind door, then it would be this Manodvaravajana that take notice of the sense object, and again it decides, immediately it decides whether it is good or bad. Then when you say it is very good or desirable, then Lokambula Cheta, rebooted consciousness, will arise 7 times. You enjoy. After decision, you enjoy the taste, the sense object already. So it is going like that. So we will study them in more detail in the 4th chapter. Now in this chapter we are just trying to tell you what chetas, what are the chetas, enumeration of the chetas in other ways. It is just my intention to know, to let you know how these jhana chetas can develop. I tell you how to develop it in detail. In detail. Now, after you attain all these, the 15, we finish now. We go to the next, the 12 Abhidhamma chetas. So at the bottom of page 50, we have fine material speed. That already finished. On page 51, the second the topic now. Immaterial sphere consciousness. So Abhidhamma chetas, there are 12 of them, and they are also divided equally into 3 groups. And the same as in the Rupa Vajra Jhana, also here we have Rupa Vajra Kusala chetas, 4 Arupa Vajra Vipaka Cheta 4, Arupa Vajra Kriya Cheta 4 each. And the same thing, those who are not arahats yet, if they undertake meditation, they can develop this 4 Arupa Vajra Kusala Chetas. And in the case of arahats, they will develop this 4 Arupa Vajra Vipaka Chetas. And these Arupa Vajra Vipaka Cheta arise only in Arupa Brahmas. They function as their rebirth consciousness, and then life continuum, and finally as death consciousness. So if we develop the first jhana, and if we can maintain it till death, when you die, definitely you will be reborn in the first jhana, Rupa play, with this first jhana, the Rupa Vajra Vipaka Cheta, as your rebirth consciousness. So the benefit is very, very great. You can see from here. So, but just by undertaking this meditation, the reflecting on that Akasina, now we develop all these 5 Rupa Vajra jhana. Then your mind becomes so powerful. You can see far away. You can see what we can normally do not see. You can see even the woeful ghosts, the advanced deities. So you can see them. And if your mind is very powerful, you can even see the celestial realm and the hell denizen, the hell under the earth. You can even see up to that. And then you can undertake vipassana very, very effectively. And that's why the Buddha, he exhorted the bhikkhus, the monks, to develop the right concentration, especially this the Rupa Vajra jhana. Because in Mahastipatthana Sutta, the Buddha said the right concentration is the concentration that associates with 4 Rupa Vajra jhana. So in practice, when we develop the Rupa Vajra jhana, now we describe 5 Rupa Vajra jhana to tell you that these 5 Rupa Vajra jhanas can exist. But only those with the slow wisdom, after attaining the first jhana, they have to eliminate only vitaka to go to second jhana, and then eliminate vichara to go to the third jhana. Now for quick wisdom people, if you are quite intelligent, so after attaining the first jhana, we can eliminate vitaka, vichara simultaneously. So your second jhana will be equal to this jhana here. So the 5th jhana here is equal to the 4th jhana. So in practice, usually like in the sutta, Pitaka, we describe only 4 Rupa Vajra jhana. Only in Abhidhamma, just to tell you, all the 5 can be developed, we describe 5 Rupa Vajra jhana. So the Buddha himself, he uses 4 Rupa Vajra jhana to develop supernormal power, and then to continue with the vipassana meditation. So again we say, if you can maintain this jhana till death, that means you can enjoy this jhana bliss the whole of your life. Then when you die, you will be born in the Brahma realm, much better than celestial realm. Much better than even to be born like the world, universe or monarch, or like a very, very rich billionaire. So much better than that. Because you can live, your lifespan would be counted in terms of world cycles. So 1 world cycle, 2 world cycles, 4 world cycles, so like that. And you can meet the next arising Buddha, definitely, if you become a Brahma. Then if you undertake meditation now, even you don't get enlightenment yet, but when you meet the next Buddha and just listening to his Dhamma, you will become an Arahat. So, very, very beneficial, this meditation. Very, very meditation. So, if we know the value, we will do it. So, those of you who do not do it yet, because you don't know the value yet. For me, I'm doing all the time. So, I'm staying alone in the room. I'm very happy to be alone because I can meditate the whole day. So, you are just acquiring the kusala karma by many billions every second. So, how nice. And you live very peacefully, joyfully. So, it is the art of living. The art of living. Okay. Now, to go to the arupa jhana, then we have to reflect on the unsatisfactory nature and the faults of materiality, especially this body. We think, oh, it's very good, we have both body and mind. Now, because of this body, we have a lot of suffering. So we begin with the suffering of being conceived in the mother's womb for more than 9 months, and then have to be given birth very painfully, and then we have aging, and then the diseases, many kinds of diseases, and then death will follow. And during while our living, we have to walk the whole life, just for living, lodging, for food, for shelter, and for clothing. We have to walk the whole day. And because of this body, so you have to take care of it all the time. When it is very hot, you have to get the aircon, all these things. When it is very cold, you have to get the heating machine to make it. And then when the insects, you have to get rid of these insects again to protect your body. So, and because of this body, we quarrel with each other. We quarrel with each other. And you develop the same desire. And you enjoy sense pleasure. And you don't know you're plunging into the fire in enjoying sense pleasure. And you think you're happy. So actually it is illusion. So it is, you are going down to the vocal state. So some people, even in the old time when the Buddha did not appear, so they say if we can get rid of this body, it will be much better. So they feel like that. So they try to develop arupa jhana. So when we go to the arupa jhana, we give away the materiality. We don't focus on materiality anymore. And not even on that countersign of the part-2 kasina. Because it is connected with the materiality. So we say if a man is very scared of snakes, even if we see the coconut big similar to the snake, he's scared already, he didn't want to see it. You see a rope similar to a snake, he don't want to see it. So the same thing, when they develop the seed form in this material body, so they don't want to take notice of materiality anymore. So what do they take? So now on page the 52. So the third paragraph on page 52. When he feels detached from the physical body and materiality, he first develops the fifth jhana by meditating on the countersign of part-2 kasina. He then comes out from that fifth jhana, and though the expanded countersign exists in his vision, he neglects it and tries to concentrate on the infinite space akasa beyond it and meditates akasa repeatedly. So when you are going to develop the arupa jhana, you have to develop this 5 jhana first. So it is just like going up the staircase. No, you have to go step by step, no, step by step. So you develop the first jhana, comes out it, and then go to the second jhana, comes out it, go to the third jhana, comes out it, go to the fourth jhana, comes out it, and then go to the fifth jhana. So when you are very skillful in developing these jhana, you can do it very quickly. In 1 second, you can develop a fifth jhana. Now when you are developing this jhana, you are focusing on that expanded counter sign of the Akasina. Remember, we say when you reflect on that Akasina, first you get the acquired sign or the lumping sign. And then you have the counter sign. The counter sign is clear and bright. And we expand it so that it fills up all directions. So expanded counter sign, we say. So by focusing on this and meditating part-2, you develop first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana. Now you come out of the fifth jhana because you have to do new meditation. If you are in the jhana state, your mind is absorbed only in the counter sign. You cannot take any other object. Only that object you are taking again and again. So now, as you have to do new meditation, you come out of the fifth jhana. Then, though this counter sign appears in your vision, you don't take notice of it anymore. As we say, it is connected with the abyss, so they don't want to look at it. So they ignore this counter sign and they try to concentrate their attention on the infinite space beyond this counter sign. So you cannot see the infinite spaces just by your imagination. So if this counter sign disappears, then infinite space will be unfolded. So you just try to pay attention to that space, infinite space. And you reflect agasa, 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 just you are concentrating on that space and you are reflecting. So while you are doing this, you are closing your eyes. You are not, because in the counter sign, you close your eyes. Remember when you get the acquired sign, the counter sign, we don't look with the eye anymore. We close our eyes. We are looking with the mind eye all the time. So, the one knowledge to you. If you can develop the jhana, even if you are blind, you can see. You can see with the mind eye. You can see even better than with a bigger eye. So you don't need to worry. Even you get you get blind or you get deaf, then you can still see these objects by using the mind eye. By using the mind eye. So now you just reflect the agasa, visualizing the space. So when your mind becomes concentrated in that, the agasa, your mind attachment to that counter sign disappear. And the counter sign also disappear. So this counter sign does not disappear. We can recollect it, it will always appear because we have attachment to it. Because when we first attain it, we are very, very joyful. Because it's very difficult, the Buddha said, to get this counter sign. So it's very variable. Because of this counter sign, you can develop all the 5 rupa vajra jhana. Now, but to go to the higher jhana, you have to get it away. So now, empty space, we call infinite space, appears now, and you continue your meditation, agasa, 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 and if you can, your mind can be focused for 1 hour, 2 hours, and more, then we say you are taking the first arupa jhana. And this first arupa jhana, because it takes akasa as its object, it is called akasa nanca yarana kusala ceta. So for you to see that word is better. So we say in the fourth paragraph of page 52. We read again so that you can understand better and better. When is my attachment, we call nikanti, for the countersign disappears, the countersign suddenly disappears, unfolding endless space, infinite space. Concentrating his mindfulness on this infinite space, he goes on meditating akasa, akasa till he reaches the first arupa jhana. Now, the jhana is called akasa nanchayarana kusala cheta because it focuses on infinite space. So after taking this jhana, you have to practice to be very skillful in this jhana. Then you go to the next. So the next paragraph. He then continues his meditation by concentrating his mindfulness on the akasa nanchayarana kusala cheta, meditating vinyana repeatedly till he reaches the second arupa jhana. This jhana is called Vinyananjayarana kusala cheta because it takes vinyana, consciousness, as its object. And now there's here something that you may not notice. Otherwise, you should ask me questions. Now what you ask questions, those questions are actually not important one. And this one is important. So, he is taking notice of akasananjayana kusala cheta. How can we take notice of it? No? So when you are doing this second meditation, you already comes out from that akasananjayana kusala cheta. So that kusala cheta is not arising in you. Now, you are you take notice of that and now you reflect on it. As vinyana. How can we do it? How can we do it? So again, so we will tell you about the mind door. The mind door is very powerful, we tell you. Not only the five sense objects. When we say the sixth sense object, we call it the mind object. So in the mind object, not only your previous thoughts, the thoughts can arise in here. Also the cetasika, and nibbana itself can appear in the mind. So the citta consciousness, it already dissolved. But as a past sense object, it can appear in the mind. So if you can look at your mind, which is in the heart. So again, when you can develop the jhana concentration, we say you can look penetratively. You can look, you can see your heart, and you can even see inside the heart. So not this mind door, mind door. Mind door is, we say is govinga cheta. Govinga cheta is arising in the blood of the heart, depending on the heart base. And it is bright like a star. So you can see it very, very easily when you get the concentration. So in this star, so we say that counter sign first appear. And now this akasananya kusala cheta still appears there. So we focus on that. And we like vinyana. Now we come to the second arupa jhana, vinyananjayarana kusala cheta. Now we go to the third jhana, the next paragraph. To develop the third arupa jhana, he focuses attention not only akasananjayarana kusala cheta, but on nothingness. So that means he does not take notice of akasananjayarana kusala cheta anymore. So he neglects it, he ignores it, and he focuses on nothingness. Meditating, nothing. It means there is nothing whatsoever. Repeatedly till he reaches the jhana. This jhana is called akinchanya yarana kusala cheta. Akinchanya also means nothingness. So again, there's a question. How can we focus our attention on nothingness? So the Soman Sayadaw, who became later a very the well-known meditation teacher. So the chipmunk asked him to develop these arupa jhana. And then the chipmunk asked this Soman Sayadaw, now how can you focus on the nothingness? Then the Soman Sayadaw he is just a farmer actually. Previously he is just a farmer. So now he said, now this is the disappointed. Now if you give it away, there is nothingness now. So we just focus on that nothingness. Before is Sunday, now nothing. So you just focus on that nothingness, he said, then you can develop this. Now when you go to another step, we focus on this Arkanjana Chitta again. The third arupa jhana is become the meditation subject, and we develop the fourth arupa vajra jhana in the next paragraph. And this jhana is called Neva Sanya Na Sanya Yarana Kusala Chitta. Neva Sanya Na Sanya Yarana literally means perception neither exists nor does not exist. So it refers to the fact that the fourth arupa jhana, consciousness, is so subtle and refined that one cannot definitely say whether there is a consciousness or not. Consciousness is no longer noticeable at the state of this jhana. So now some people ask, can we develop the jhanas nowadays? So we say we can. We can. So the jhanas are being developed by the monks in Myanmar all throughout the ages. So they can develop. Also now we can develop. Many people can develop the jhana nowadays. So we even have one meditation center here. We call International Park Forest Meditation Center. So if you wish, you can meditate there to develop the jhana. You can do it. We can develop all these 4 arupa vajra jhana and 4 arupa vajra jhana. Now when you can develop this 5th rupa vajra jhana, even in this, at this state, they say, your breathing is no longer distinct anymore. So if you are in the jhana attainment of this 5th jhana, they cannot detect you that you are breathing. So you must be breathing to be alive, but it's so fine that cannot be known anymore. So as you go up to this arupa jhana, so it becomes more and more refined, more and more subtle. So when we come to the 4th jhana, Neva Sanya Na Sanya Yarana jhana, even the jhana itself is not distinct anymore. So it is called Neva Sanya Na Sanya Yarana jhana. So that means if you can develop this, the arupa jhana and develop them, and remain in the jhana attainment for 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days, up to 7 days. So there will be sublime living, we say. Sublime living in a sublime state. So you cannot buy, not from outside, how much money you may pay. You do not get such such bliss, such happiness. Now people they are willing to ride a spaceship to go to the moon. So riding a spaceship, no feeling, no feeling. It is just like riding your aeroplane. And when you get there, you cannot get down on the moon. You just go by and then you have to come back. And you have to pay billions of